Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today it is time to get back to Attack on Titan. This is episode 80 as it appears on Crunchyroll. Things are finally starting to become a little bit clear for me. I'm super excited to dive back in.
We're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, but I am ready, willing, able to keep going with the story because it is getting more and more and more fun to watch.
Well, tunnel's a good analogy. I feel like we're just buried in a tunnel, but hey, I can't believe we're on our 80th episode. That is so wild. I agree with Mason Quinn. Starting to get a little bit of clarity as to everything that's going on, though, but I'm pumped for this one.
Yeah, I'm getting impatient. I want to know what is the deal. Actually, just give me a status update. We don't even need to spend more than 60 seconds on the guy. Just give me a status update. That's all I need. Let's go!
Think your online activity is private? Think again. Every time you use public Wi-Fi, your private data is at risk. Hackers, advertisers, and even your internet provider could be watching. It's like watching Netflix without PIA is like paying for the director's cut, but only seeing the trailer. Whenever you're online on an unprotected device like your phone, computer, tablet, or even your gaming console, you're transmitting a ton of information. And that data, it passes through many hands before it gets to the website you're trying to visit. Without protection, that information can be intercepted and exploited by hackers or even companies looking to profit off your private life. That's where private internet access comes in. A virtual private network, or VPN for short, is an app that hides your IP address and safeguards your internet connection through an encrypted tunnel. It protects your digital life from the eyes of anyone looking to exploit your private information. Think of it as your personal bodyguard for the internet. With PIA, your data is encrypted, your browsing is private, and your digital world is secure. Hackers blocked. Trackers gone. Your activity stays yours. Private internet access also comes with amazing entertainment benefits. It works with all major streaming services, so you can access more content anywhere in the world. For me personally, one of the things I really love about PIA is the fact that I have the ability to watch shows from all over the world on all kinds of different streaming services. I'm not locked in to just what's available where I live. Of course, for me, being safe and having protection online is a huge deal. I don't have to be some kind of tech wizard or guru to know that my data is safe. PIA handles that for me. Plus, it's one of the few VPNs that supports P2P file sharing, meaning you can securely and privately share files without worry. And the best part, private internet access is available for all platforms: Windows, Mac OS, Android, Linux, iOS, and many more. One subscription protects an unlimited number of devices all at the same time. Signing up is risk-free. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and PIA's 24/7 customer support is always ready to help. By using our special link, piavpn.com/badmedicine, you can grab an 83% discount on private internet access. That's just $2.03 a month. Plus, you'll get 4 extra months completely free. Yes, 4 months free. Check out piavpn.com/badmedicine today. Located in the description or pinned comment. Private internet access, privacy made simple. This was the fight.
Almost looked like a tea bag.
Oh.
Oof.
So,
This
is how. Wow, they're actually giving us everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it took the full head off.
Oh! Squish.
Oh! I mean, I know he
Damn.
took him out, but
Yeah, it's one thing to
全てを見せてくれないんだ。壁が壊されること、そこにいるんだろう。ジーク、お前の望みは叶わない。先の記憶を見た。しかしまさかあんな恐ろしいこと。
oh boy.
God, I still love that concept of memories.
大きくなったな。 私がひどい父親だった。
Just the utter shock on Zeke's face.
Yeah. Thought he had it figured out.
ジーク、お前を愛してる。一緒に遊んでやればよかったわ。
Just how bad are those memories you're seeing?
エレンを止めた。
Okay, and he was
まだ
still
親父が俺に
shackled.
食われるところを見てないぞ。
Oh, jeez.
世界と戦うように仕向けたのか。自分がその力を使えないことを知っていたから。先にある何かをお前が見せたことで。
あんたが俺を親父の記憶に連れ込んだおかげで今の道がある。
お前の望みが叶うって言っていたぞ。
あれを見たのは4年前。あの景色を。
Astoria.
すべてのユミルの民から生殖能力を奪え。座標にエレンを止めてくれとお前に従ったことを後悔した。
What is going to happen here?
どんな未来の景色を見たか知らないが、お前は全てを見たわけじゃないんだろ。お前がここで始祖の力が使えないことを知らなかったように無力なままだ。
Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh! Oh!
無駄だ。
Oh my god.
一度動き出したユミルを止めることなど、この世の何者にもできない。
Rumbling.
You guys remember the anxiety we had when we'd finish off like Avatar and a few of the other big series? That anxiety just hit me with this episode of, oh my God, it's gonna end someday. It's coming sooner than later. What'll I do then?
Hasn't quite sunk in yet for me.
No, not quite.
I think when I hit number 90, that's probably be a little bit more real.
I'm hoping some of the other recommendations we've gotten from the folks will hold up to this standard, but we will see. The Warhammer.
I'm son was a lose it all.
Oh, look at Answer going full 80s. Full 80s
Gotta reach to
video.
that camera.
I'm surprised you haven't turned the microphone upside down as you're singing into it.
You gotta do that.
Actually-
You got to do a pull down.
If you're doing this, you got to be like that and having it rain on you as you're reaching for the camera.
What a jam. What a jam.
From you,
That
2,000
actually
years
took,
ago.
That took number one for me, Quinn.
Is
Then
it?
Kenny
It
Omega
is.
too.
Pretty good.
もうこんなに読めるようになるなんて。お姉ちゃんが教えてくれるから。ヒストリアはもうちょっと女の子らしくしないと。お、
What was that sound?
女の子らしくって何？女の子らしくっていうのは、この子みたいな女の子のことかな。ヒストリアもこの子が好きでしょ？いつも他の人を思いやってる優しい子だからね。
Oh,
Of
It's
course.
supposed to represent Vikings?
この世界は辛くて厳しいことばかりだから、
Ugh, what are they doing
みんな
there?
から愛される人になって、助け合いながら生きていかなきゃいけないんだよ。
この中に豚を逃がした者がいる。でなければ全員から片目をくり抜く。奴隷に目玉は二つもいらぬ。
Oh.
よかろう。お前は自由だ。
Oh.
Oh, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, that's an interesting looking tree. Wait, is this going to be some kind of origin?
That's kind of what I'm wondering.
Oh Oh, man.
It's interesting how they did the eyes on everybody like that, not just her. Oh, what's this?
What?
Going into the spine.
Oh.
Split open the tree.
Holy shit.
我が奴隷ユミン、お前はよく働いた。荒れ地を耕し、峠に橋を架けた。我の子種をくれてやる。
Oh.
Reward?
憎き回れを滅ぼせ。
This is wild.
Wait, is this where the 9 Titans come from? We're gonna have a bunch of babies? I'm confused.
No dialogue, no nothing. Oh, got him. No, got her. Yep.
Well, this is pretty interesting storytelling.
But if she's a Titan, that shouldn't.
Right.
お前がやりごときで死なぬことは分かっておる。
Oh.
何としてでもユミルの力を引き継ぐのだ。ユミルの体をすべて食い尽くせ。マリア、ローゼ、シーナ。
The
Name
names of
walls.
walls.
Yep.
お前が決めていい。やめろ。何をする気だ。
That's a big idea.
俺をここまで導いたのは待っていたんだろう。2000年前から。
Whoa,
There we go.
eyes.
Got eyes. It's her choice.
There we go.
There's the little creature that.
Oh, and it went right to
Oh,
Eren's head.
Yep. Oh my gosh, we're
Holy
changing
shit.
everything.
Uh-oh, that's not
Uh,
The rumbling!
good. Oh, boy.
Is that what I just saw?
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
All the walls
There
are coming down.
goes
break the
wall.
walls down.
Oh,
That's what we saw in the beginning in the intro. Oh wow.
Zeke didn't plan on this.
Oh, permission over.
We'll have to come back to that.
Holy, what in the name of all that is holy
He's
are
gonna be
we
the-
looking at?
He's going to be the founder Titan.
This is wild.
大きすぎる。エレンがいた場所から出現したように見えた。エレンが始祖を掌握した。このまま周りにどこどこ集ってる連合軍を潰すつもりなんだよ。エレンは味方だ。そうに決まってる。
Always.
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 周りの
all the
連合
way.
軍を潰すだけなら志願しなく外撃だけで十分だ。
Well, I don't think you can pick and choose.
それだけならこんなに。
すべてのユミルの民に継ぐ。
エレンの声が。
Oh my gosh, this is
俺の名は
crazy.
エレン・イエーガー。すべてのユミルの民へ話しかけている。パラディ島の人々を守ることにある。パラディ島の人々が死滅することを望み、すべてのユミルの民が殺され尽くすまで止まらないだろう。俺はその望みを拒む。この島の外にあるすべての地表を踏み
Oh,
鳴らす。
Jesus.
そこにある命を、この世から駆逐するまで。
It's going to take out the whole world? I can't
What
believe
a-
what we just saw. Well, they definitely saved on dialogue for this episode because there wasn't a lot of it. But they didn't need it because it got the point across. Wow, what an episode. You know, I was kind of slightly unclear on how the Titans from day one came to be because we got a little bit of information here and there. We, of course, had some of the title cards here and there. There was some talk about, you know, gods and devils and everything else. But from what I see, Ymir went into the tree, fell down, and came into contact with some being. Looked like a walking stick, kind of, that gave her the original power. And what just a wild story of going back and explaining how this all happened. And I know a lot of you folks have said it in the comments, but it just seems like the first 3 seasons, like, what the hell was that? What? This is a totally different show. What was I even watching? So this one was just incredible. We got the full reveal. Eren was able to rip his hands out of the handcuffs in that other realm that he was in, and able to talk to Ymir and be like, hey, it's your choice. What do you want? You're not a slave. You don't have to do what somebody tells you. You have the choice. And in the end, Ymir gave the ability to Eren, and wow, that Founder Titan is enormous. Now I'll need some help from you folks in the comments, but it looks like all the Titans in the walls were all Colossal Titans, or at least that's what, aesthetically, that's what they looked like. They looked just like when Armin or Bernthal would transform into the Colossal Titan. That's what they all looked like. So we know kind of how big they are compared to the enormous size of the Founding Titan. And oh yeah, by the way, Eren wants to wipe out everybody else on the face of the earth except for the folks in Paradise Island. So that is wild. I can't believe what we saw. I know we've said, kind of going in these last few episodes of season 4, that, okay, this is the one. This is the episode. This is the one that did it. But it just keeps happening every time we watch. There's a bigger episode with more explanation that just leaves our collective jaws on the ground and can't believe what we're seeing. So this is just, for me, this one's just wild that Eren was going to go that route, because I don't think Armin and Mikasa are aware of his plan to wipe out the rest of the world. That's crazy. That's wild. I can't believe it's going to go that way, but that's the direction we seem to be headed.
Yeah, this was neat to actually finally get like a full-on origin story of Ymir and how it came to be that, she was being hunted by the king and then saw this tree to seek, some shelter, and then fell into this water, and this whatever being it was that caused her to be Titans. And then, like, even after that, the king still, like, made her do his bidding and then give birth to 3 children. And then it was him, or 3 that we saw for sure. And then it was his idea to have them then eat her remains.
Yeah, I totally glossed over that.
And so then the king was who figured out to have the spinal fluid. That's how you transfer the ability. Yeah. So that was just wild to see that. And I mean, we've been waiting. This is episode 80, and we finally get the origin story for like how the Titans came to be and the full founding Titans story, and like the weird, rib cage thing around the body. I thought was rather unique. So that was awesome to see. And then we saw that Eren sweet talked Ymir pretty much to be able to come back to life, and Mikasa and Armin weren't sure what that was leading the way, and then taking all 3 walls down, not just the one, which like you said, yeah, Armin and Mikasa had no idea that that's what he was planning on doing, because they're like, why would he need so many walls? But at the same time, remember, technology is catching up to the Titans.
Yes, it is.
And they knew that Zeke especially knew that their time was limited. Granted, now Zeke wanted to get rid of Titans altogether. Understandable. And so he knew that the technology was catching up with them, that they weren't going to be able to compete. So I think now with Eren wanting to take the whole world out, then he wouldn't have to worry about them with their technology, because it seems like, they're still in the Stone Ages on Paradise Island.
Yeah, well, it's crazy. You have 2 brothers with 2 different ideas, right? Zeke wants to essentially take away the abilities for Titans, as I understand it. Eren just wants to take away everybody else. So we'll see where that goes. And I thought it was a nice touch. This is the last thing I'll say. I thought it was a nice touch that they gave Ymir's Titan like almost that death skull look to it, because that's what everybody would think when it's coming for him. So that was wild.
80 episodes in, and they hit us with the real bombshell. So, wow. I got Conan vibes when they came in and enslaved everybody. And you had the king with the crown and everything. I got some real Conan vibes there. But yeah, this was kind of the origin story that we've been waiting for. How did the Titans come to be? Because as far as people know in history, or as far as we've seen up until this point, they were always they were there. The Titans were there, the founding Titan and all the other ones. So this was very interesting. An interesting storyline that you had somebody who was a slave that turned into a Titan, but then the king was able to continue to kind of keep her under his control, to have children and to do his bidding and fighting wars and everything. I figured when she turned into the Titan, all the soldiers that were out there following her were going to be complete toast. But she continued to serve him, which I thought was an interesting twist that I wouldn't have seen coming. It's like, you have somebody who's got one arrow in the shoulder, another one in the leg, and you figure you're going to turn around and wipe out the people who were chasing you and did that to you. But she went back and served the king, and interesting how I'm going to give you a gift. Like, oh, all right, thanks, pal.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was wild. And then to watch the wall just crumble. I mean, you're 80 episodes in. The importance of the wall is, I mean, you can't overstate it as far as this series goes, and everybody on Paradis, like that's what keeps them safe from the Titans. And now the wall is gone, but if they live on that island, according to what Eren's saying, they're not going to need protection from anything anymore. They're not going to need protection from Titans. They're not going to need protection from the outside world. I thought not just world domination, but world elimination was interesting. Not quite sure how they're going to get across all the water everywhere to go out against everyone in the world, but yeah, what a wild scene. And I'm still waiting. They gave us kind of like a teaser of how big the founding Titan was going to be compared to what I agree with Mason Quinn. It looked like the wall was made up of the Colossal Titans, but we have yet to see like a side-by-side standing comparison. So I think that's going to be pretty wild. But like I said, 80 episodes in, and here's your origin story. But look, any good, if we think about the other big franchises, they tell you a story for a while, get you really invested, and then they come back and say, well, this is how it started. And so it creates an interesting sense of just understanding and finally knowing how things began. But yeah, this was incredible.
Yeah, origin story indeed. It was actually pretty cool to see, her origin. Like, I'm still kind of baffled by it a little bit because it's just like so much to take in, but it was pretty cool. I feel like this is kind of, it's not out of nowhere, but it almost kind of feels out of nowhere, but it's actually perfect placement for what just happened between Zeke and Eren, right? So I was actually really impressed to see that she finally got eyes, or received the actual eyeballs. That was pretty cool to see. Going all the way back to the horrible kings, making her a slave, and making the kids eat every bit of her. Kind of rewinding back a little bit, Ymir's Titan was actually gigantic from what it looked like. I don't know. I would love to see a comparison versus her and Colossal, just to see where that height difference is, but she was big. I mean, we saw the hand coming down like Colossal, and it was wiping out all those soldiers, which I can't remember if they were Marlians or Eldians. Either way, wiped them all out with one just big hit, or at least that's what it implied. So at the end there with Eren, I wasn't sure what he was going to do because he was aggressive. I mean, he lost his finger or thumb in the process trying to get to her.
Yep.
The way he was talking to her at first, I was like, oh man, he might try to take her out. It's no problem. Is that the only way to stop her? But then he mentioned and talked to her, and all those words started to hit her, and then bam! Founder Titan is connected to the head of Eren, and now we're off and running. with the rumbling, no more walls. So I feel like it's almost appropriate to be like, whose game is it? Eren's game. So now I'm really intrigued to see how or if Eren is actually going to be able to complete what he wants to do. Because as AOT's taught us, there's one big setup, only to have something hinder that big setup or something come out of nowhere and take it on. So I'm really intrigued to see how Eren is going to pull off this plan, or if he gets stopped, or does everyone just die like I have in my prediction card here somehow, some way. I don't know.
Everybody else might if Eren's plan
that's Eren's
falls
plan.
through or goes
Well,
through.
there's no more walls, so let's see what happens. Because, I mean, we don't, but
Yeah.
either way, I'm pumped to see what's going to go on. But I am still curious about the status of Hanji and Levi. At this point, give me just a quick photo, and I'll be happy to see if dead or alive. Just give me something.
Well, if you didn't see it,
I know I'm forgetting some stuff here, too, because this was a big information drop.
Yeah.
That was a good
Well, and
episode.
it was interesting because we had seen in all those previous episodes, and I just want to circle back to us. They told us, there was those. They kind of looked like hieroglyphics that they had pictures of. They showed, the Titans being a gift from the gods or the devil or whoever. Now, maybe that is the case, and this creature that Ymir fell into, that was just the physical manifestation of whomever gave, the Titan abilities. But that was wild. That's one, the way she got the ability, I did not see that coming. And then for that creature to go back and connect into Eren's head to keep him alive in that moment, because they had been there for, how many years Eren and Zeke were on that plane, going through, looking at things, doing different things. And then we jumped right back to that moment. And like I said, I don't know if Armin and Mikasa are aware of what Eren's got planned.
They have zero clue what he has planned.
Yeah,
Armin's
They know now.
well,
Because he spoke to
Well, yeah,
everyone.
that's true. Armin was
Yeah.
kind of alluding to it. Well, he hasn't officially said it, right? He's just saying, why does he need more if he's just going to take with the Marlians?
It's like, no, it's
So,
everybody.
unless I missed some forgetting dialogue there, but I don't think Armin knows that's the world just yet. Oh, yeah,
he
never
spoke,
mind.
he spoke
Eren
to everyone.
Spoke to
Yeah.
everyone.
Everyone
That's
on
right.
the island.
Yeah, he was.
Yep.
All
See, my
followers
brain
of
was trying to
Ymir.
catch up
Yeah.
there with
Yeah.
where we were at.
Well, and
so.
it was wild too. Like during the rumbling, it was so loud that Armin was right next to Mikasa, and she couldn't hear him. And Armin's yelling, "No, that's what he's saying." And then they finally got the info. So just wild, wild. This, God,
Another good
mind-blowing
episode.
experience.
Another great episode. We cannot wait for more. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying this as much as we are. So, for Diamond Dave, Appleton Oak, that's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one. The walls
We should have.
come tumbling down.
I should have started the timer to see how long they're giving us backstory,
oh,
because it's very valuable time that we're wasting
Yep.
on.
Oh, yeah.
But I get it. If they were separated with a decent amount of time in between each,
yeah. Because
Still.
there was a previous episode where I swear it was like 10 minutes.
始祖の巨人の
It
力
wasn't. It
を
was
開
more
始
like 2, but
すべてのユミルの民へ話しかけている。パラディ島の人々を守ることにある。この島の外にあるすべての地表を踏み鳴らす。
It's like
この世から
Mobius.
駆逐するまで。
I mean, I love the
now
intro,
this song
but-
makes a lot more sense.
I mean, I love the intro, but I really just want to get to the meat of the episode here.
Good Omega.
Well,
Does that work for you?
If who's into the death metal, maybe.
Just
Yeah.
do that. Just do that.
Maybe the folks should guess whose side each one of us are on, Zeke or Eren.
I'm
Do
almost.
do I even know whose side I'm on
Yeah.
right now?
Well, do you
know?
Well, do you want the rest of the world wiped out, or do you just want them not to be able to continue their bloodline?
I've been.
That's what it comes down to.
Well, I mean, it's hard to go against Eren. We've been, on Eren's side since day one.
Is this one of the hardest baby face to heel turns we've seen in TV or movie history?
It's up there.
And I'm not trying to be in the moment because we've been here, but I'm trying to think of like
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of somebody where they went one direction and came completely the
a
other way.
baby face.
Yeah.
Like I can't say Walter White. Because he was
Hogan?
just on a
He was
trajectory.
Austin?
trajectory, yeah.
Mania?
Not counting wrestlers, so
Oh,
that's
okay.
expected. I'm talking
Yeah.
like TV where you're like so invested into the main baby face, and then
There's got to
I'm
be a show.
killing everybody except you guys.
There's got to be
you.
a show out there where they're like trying to find the murderer and it was them all along or something like that. It's got to be something like that.
Nah,
Where you find out at like the end of the first
yeah, we're
season.
gonna have to take a week to think about this, guys.
You guys let us know in the comments too.
聞いたか
I mean, we already had a gigantic
Your
loss of life.
days are numbered.
Oh,
初めて巨人化した直後、記憶も飛び、悪くほど重要な存在を放っておくわけが、阻止できなかった。世界は滅ぼされる。
Well, well, they kind of
Everyone except the island.
Yeah, just stay on the island. You'll be fine.
Essentially.
撤退時の飛行船がある。ピークやマーレ兵を探して、早く知らせるんだ。
知らせてどうなるの？どこに逃げるの？カリナおばさんもみんな死んじゃうんでしょ？
Kind of.
yeah.
エレンを殺して止めないと！
無理だ。意のままに操ることができる。もう誰にも止められない。逃げることしかできない。
諦めてたまるか。
Like hell.
待ってろよ、ファルコ。
終わりだ。
Nothing is over.
Man, you gotta let it breathe for a half second.
すべての遺恨も消え去る。海の外の連中が一番恐れていたことが皆殺しにしようとしたばかりに、外の連中が招いた結果であって。
That's the way to put it.
これは度が過ぎている。
安楽死計画で俺たちを虚勢しようとするジークを拒み、ヒストリアを犠牲にすることを拒んだ。俺たちを守るために壁外人類を犠牲にした。
It's cool to see that they're finally doing like the pros and cons.
Yep.
お前らが大事だからだ。他の誰よりも。
Back to what he said on the train ride.
Yep.
Yep.
巨人が兵士と戦っている。
Oh.
その子をどうするの？
こいつはアギトの巨人を継承した。巨人化させられた誰かに食わせれば。
母ちゃんだ。ラガコ村の母ちゃんに食わせる。
Uh-oh.
Oh.
彼らと親しいその子を僕たちが殺すとなれば、もうマーレが滅ぶのなら。だから。
俺の母ちゃんはどうでもいいってことか。
Yep, I knew this was gonna happen. No matter what.
俺がどう思ってあの母ちゃんがいる村に帰り続けたか。お前だってベルトルト食ったから。母ちゃん生き返らせるの止めんなよ。
Oh.
Jesus.
You guys have no time to argue.
None.
巨人をなんとかしねえと。
Is that Bobby Hill there? Second in from the right.
Kind of looks like him.
Hold on there, Bobby.
Oh, what in tarnation?
外の兵士は全滅か。
ジークが生み出した巨人。ジークは巨人を制してないの。
Is that one's head on backwards?
Yep.
Probably.
Indeed it was. Well, this is wild. Yeah, why isn't Eren controlling those Titans?
Yeah.
走れ。手前のに行くんだ。
This is not good.
めろ。
Oh, shit.
ブロスさん。
Get up and run. Get up and run. That Titan looks very familiar. Wow, Gabby's trying to make the
Yeah.
save.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh!
That will do it.
It's like a big Barrett.
お前は戦士隊と逃げたと聞いたが。
捕まったファルコを助けに来た。
ベンのことか。
You mean Ben?
その武器は一体なんだ。その子がやったのか。マーレから侵入したガチか。
私たちは厩舎で一緒に暮らす家族です。
元マーレ兵捕虜なんで、この銃が使えました。
それまで私たちと一緒におとなしくしてるんよ。
あんたたちも、白昼夢を見たのか。世界に向かって。
ああ、そのようだ。
God, this is still crazy to actually see it. Like,
私、悪魔なんでしょ？違う。悪魔は私。私は人を何人も殺した。
そいつは俺の中にもいる。みんなの中に悪魔がいるから、世界はこうなっちまったんだ。
じゃあ、どうすればいいの？
森から出るんだ。
Uh-oh.
Oh. Oh,
there we
Gotcha.
go.
just in the nick of time.
Out of here.
巨人と対峙した際はただ腰を抜かしていろと。生き残りたい者がいるならな。
Get off your asses.
Shaddus.
There we go. So, Elena just gonna stand there? Nope.
全員それでと最小階に移動しろ。ありったけのライスを運べ。
Thunder Spears.
ここの巨人をよそに行かせるな。
Oh, they got a lot of them there.
ここで全て葬ってやれ。
I mean, a Thunder Spear can be a one-shot, one-kill, basically, on these Titans. So, I mean...
Oh, look at that shit. Oh!
Yep.
All right, so they got a good plan going here. So
Yep.
that should take out the majority. Look at that.
Oh, look at that. Look at those fireworks.
お前たちが突がなくていい。砦まで引き受けろ。
What a jam they got going on during this.
It's intense, isn't it?
I love when they... Did you see that? Was cool. The little tears in his
Yeah.
eyes from so much wind. That was awesome. Nice little touch. Oh,
There he
there's
is.
our
There's
commander.
Pixis.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought these were the soldiers that were drinking the wine.
Yep.
Zeke turned.
行くぞ。
司令、ここまで僕たちを導いてくれたのはあなたです。
Oh, there he goes.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, you knew we had to get some Mikasa doing it old school.
Yeah, I was
there.
gonna say Mikasa doesn't need no thunder spears.
ひとまずここは安全だ。そうか。今何をしている？俺の故郷もダメ。
Yes.
Everything.
ブロック大丈夫か。
俺が
Can't believe Flock made it.
てる間、巨人討伐を指揮してたらしいな。じゃあ、
Whoa!
エレナ、義勇兵を集めろ。
なんだと？
ご無事で何よりです。
What did I miss there? Because Elena's with Eren.
Great question.
No, she was with. She was
Zeke.
Zeke.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And they're Jaegers.
ファルコは、どこ？巨人の母親に食べさせるためにさらわれたって。
Yep.
唯一動けない体だったためにそのまま。コニーはお母さんの様子を見守り続けた。
ごめん。
See, more and more just keeps hitting Gabby.
Yep.
それでも、
She's learning a lot.
ファルコは諦められない。コニーのお母さんを人に戻せるんじゃないの？どうしても島の外の人全員殺さなくちゃダメなの？世界中の軍事施設を攻撃するだけじゃダメなのって話したんだから、できるはずなのに。
鎧の巨人の硬質化が解かれたのは
壁の崩壊と同時に。
全ての硬質化が。
All the hardening. That's why he lost his armor.
There you go. Annie. All the hardening. Annie.
All the hardening. Yep, she's finally out of there. We
That's why
all
Armin
forgot
is a-
about Annie.
Damn.
We never forgot about Annie.
Well, I did because I was just so wrapped in Levi and then the Colossal Titans
Yeah,
here.
well,
Just
I remember one of our
Not
reviews.
classical,
I don't remember if it was in the high 70s. I said, "Oh, we've kind of forgot about Annie lately and what she's been
We'll
up to."
check
But
the tape.
now I guess we got the answer. But even so, what the hell's one Titan gonna do at this point? I mean, I don't know. It seems like the wheels are in motion for Eren's plan, and I think the only way, if it was going to be stopped, that it could be stopped. This is me just shooting a dart at the wall here, is that Zeke would have to do something in that other plane that they were at, but Eren's not there. He's in the founding Titan, so I don't know how that's going to work. But with this episode, we saw on kind of two levels. We saw Eldians and Marlians kind of working together. We saw that with Gabby and the other girl who kind of took her in as part of their family. They kind of Kaya. They kind of had a moment there where they kind of realized exactly kind of what was going on, and maybe we can be on the same side. Maybe, I thought you were the devil. I realized maybe I'm the devil. Is anybody really a devil? And, and then we saw some of the soldiers and whatnot kind of all working together, on both sides for a moment, but then Yelena got thrown in the slammer, or is heading to the slammer, so we'll see how that plays out. So it's real interesting how it takes all of this for them to realize that they can work together on some level. But this was kind of, for me, it's never really a frustrating episode, but it kind of is. One, we still don't know about Levi. Two, we really didn't get any more info on Eren's plan. We saw all the chaos in the city, which, hey, look, I'm fine with. I'm not complaining. We saw the total chaos. I was a little curious. They haven't shown us Zeke either, so I gotta believe those three big things have to be coming in the future episodes. Because did Zeke get taken out when Eren transformed? They just showed us that one kind of shot where he was reaching out for Eren's head, and then Eren transformed, and then that was it. So I gotta believe if Zeke was there in human form. Now look, the biggest thing I say is if we didn't see it, it didn't happen. But how could he possibly? How could he possibly survive that on that level? So we'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens with Levi. And of course, Annie just hanging out in the hardening for however many years it's been. Finally came out, broke free. So we'll see how that plays in. But with the army that Eren has amassed, I just don't see how any of that matters. Even if Zeke was alive, and even if he had the Beast Titan, would it even matter? If Annie comes back and turns into her Titan, does it even matter? If they get the Jaw Titan back, does it even matter? Because as the founding Titan, you have supreme control. So I'm really curious to see where this goes and what it sets up. I still got to believe we're going back to the plane with Ymir, maybe, and Zeke and Eren, but who knows? Who could have predicted this? So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that was kind of a really cool concept that when he took the hardening off the walls, he took it off of everything, including the armored Titan itself. And so then what does that mean if he wants to, go War Titan so he's down in the crystal down below?
Does he even need to?
Is he going to be able to do that? Now, yes, I understand that, but we don't know what lies beyond. We know what happens, across the ocean, but what about the rest of the world as far as their technology, their weaponry? Because remember, they're all getting ready to converge on the island.
Yep.
In another 6 months, they just Reiner said no, we got to pounce now, and so that's all. I just thought of that just now. What about the rest of the world as far as their technology? We only know about across the sea. But I did like the interaction between Kaya and Gabby, where they said maybe there's then the dad chimed in, there's a devil inside all of us. And he's like, you just got to try and get out of the forest no matter what. And I thought that was really well said and was very poignant because, like Gabby even said, she's like, I had to do mindless killing all for what? For praise, for what? And like she even was like saying, why does Eren have to take out the whole everything? Why can't he just take out, I don't know, some military bases and we'd be good to go? I don't know, but this episode is really, not informative as far as what they're doing, but what everything else encompassing it with Gabby now, with Kaya, and then she now is working with Mikasa and Armin. They had the showing of Annie at the end. They made sure they showed the ring that she's always had to be able to turn herself into a Titan. So how is that going to play in it? Yes, I'm still wondering about Hanji and Levi. I'm sure we'll get to them eventually, but they made us wait how many episodes to get back to Annie, right?
And the basement.
So now they're doing the same thing to get back to Levi because he's he's going to be like, you guys got some splaining to do, and he's going to be coming for vengeance. But I am definitely here for it. This has been such a good one. And then Chad has made it. But R.I.P. to Pixis. But that was a nice little send-off they gave him with Armin, saying we're here because of how you made us. So rest in peace.
I had all these things going through my head until Answer came up with a very good point. What if the rest of the world already has like helicopters and fighter planes with thunder spears on them? Oh, hey, look, a bunch of Titans coming in who can.
Ain't no way
they don't move very fast, and we'll just hover behind them with our helicopters and hit them with our oversized thunder spears. So Eren's plan to wipe out the rest of the world. We saw, gosh, I don't know what episode it was, but earlier on, they were talking about technology advanced, and taking out the Titans wasn't as difficult. I mean, we saw even at the wall, hey, we're just gonna have them lean their heads in and drop the big log or rock on them and crush them one at a time. So Eren's plan to wipe out the rest of the world. Now, we did see a lot of Titans, and I know from previous episodes they've indicated that there was a lot of them in the walls.
Yeah, was it like 13 million or something?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
But who's to say, they're going to be able to get across oceans? I mean, they're going to mindlessly wander into the water.
Well, remember, they are.
Well, they're doing what
gigantic.
Eren says.
Right, they're gigantic, but they're
They can doggy paddle.
Even if they're a couple 100 feet tall, they're still going to get out into the ocean and be massively submerged. So, but we don't know. We don't know what the world all consists of. But it definitely. I was like sitting back, and all of a sudden, Answer was like, "But what about the other country's military?" I'm like, "Wait a minute. They might just think it's a giant inconvenience." I mean, you could liken it to. Say some, indigenous tribe in some island somewhere versus, a bunch of, lions coming in. They might think, oh, this is it. There's 1,000 lions coming in. We're screwed. And then, if you sent 1,000 lions into any advanced country, I mean, it would be obviously a sad situation. But for them to protect themselves wouldn't really be all that challenging given, weaponry and whatnot. So Answer definitely threw a curveball in what I was thinking there as far as what's going to happen to the world. But yeah, I mean, another interesting episode. I was, it was like Annie's kind of been in the back of my head, I wonder what's happening with her, but like, you don't want to bring it up and just, leave it alone. It'll come when it comes. And now it's like, well, here we go. But the big thing with Annie was she was such a badass because of the fact that she could use that armor. Mm-hmm. It wasn't that they didn't know how to take her down. It's just when they did, she hardened up her neck with her hands, and you couldn't do anything to her. So if she's lost that, now with the Warhammer Titan, I mean, obviously the little pod that they use is hardened up in the ground. So it, Reiner's Titan, if he's not armored anymore, I mean, that's a Titan that can be taken out significantly easier. So the unhardening of the other Titans, that could have significant impacts. We talk about not forgetting Annie. I'm still look, the writing has been just top notch all the way around. So I'm sure with Hanji and Levi, they're not just going to leave us hanging. But it feels kind of like, hey, could we get some kind of update here? But it was good to see Annie back, although she's incapacitated at this time. Whose side is she on? She's back.
Yeah, I will state again, it's kind of interesting decision making and I know they're eventually going to get to it, but I'm really surprised that this is the direction they wanted to take without giving us any kind of status update. I know you're going to get annoyed with me asking that, but I mean, Levi, it would be different if it was in Annie, right? But since Levi's been a pretty prominent character for a while now, to me, it's just like, wow, they're really pushing this off. So I know we're getting to do this on almost pretty much a weekly basis. So I can only imagine how long some of you folks thought the same thing, and then we're like, man, now we got to wait X amount of time.
Every week you're waiting, and nope, not this week.
Well, it's not even. I think some of you were saying it's been like in chunks, and they had to wait a while. So again, I can only imagine if I'm thinking this and getting to see it weekly. I know there's probably at least a couple that are probably the same, felt the same, watching it in real time. So hats off to you on that one, folks, for waiting that. Because I'm slightly getting impatient. I mean, it's 3 seconds that they could work in. But enough nitpicking on that. This episode, kind of like you, Miss Quinn, we got some information, but it wasn't a ton. I'm not even eluding that it's a filler episode because it wasn't. But I thought we'd probably see more advancement of Eren's plan a little bit more, of maybe them getting closer. But on the flip side of that, it's pretty cool to see that another whole episode has gone by to give us an idea of how many millions are still walking to and following Eren.
And millions.
So with Gabby now, I'm real intrigued by her now. She's starting to fully grasp the whole situation, not just the conditioning she had. So I'm glad to see Gabby is seeing the full 360 now. She's helping out. Who would have thought that? Well, you guys knew, but for us, who would have thought that? Mm-hmm. With Armin and Mikasa now, I can't wait to see what Armin's going to kind of come up with, because right now he's the guy to be thinking one with Eren for the most part. So what's the plan now moving forward? Because as they were talking about on the roof, which I thought was great, finally we got something that we have this that favors us, but then we have this option where we take out Eren then, or we just let Eren kill the world and we survive.
Yeah.
like which guy was that just sitting there like, I guess it's done deal.
Yeah, kind of.
Like he wanted to sit back and
then the
relax.
wild card of this whole thing, Connie, I mean, who can blame Connie for thinking that and then doing the actions that he did? I mean, if that's the case, I'm surprised it didn't get worse, because I was waiting for basically Connie to start like maybe hurting some of his comrades there and just being like, nope, this is 100% what I'm doing now. Try to stop me. So Gabby's now going to be on that mission to get Falco. I'm hoping for the best for everyone in that one, because with the way the death toll is going right now, I think my prediction's getting pretty damn close to being real, because
higher percentage every episode.
I know. There's so much death and destruction each
getting
episode.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I'm wondering is, when Eren took down the hardening, was that just a one-time shot, or was that permanent? Because does that mean that if Reiner was to become a Titan again, he would have his armor back? Annie broke out of the crystal, but if she becomes a Titan again, does she have the ability to do the hardening again? Because if they could, when Armin goes off to become the Colossal Titan, it does create essentially a nuclear blast. So that might be usable. And if Annie could be hardened, could run Armin into some potential danger without taking hits because of the hardening. And then Armin turns into a Titan, blows stuff sky high. I mean, other than that, I don't know what they think they're going to do to stop Eren.
Well,
but
Eren controls everything.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because he's the founder, he can control everything. So I'm still not 100% sure on just exactly how far those capabilities go.
Well, we are going to find out with each and every episode, which has been great. Hopefully y'all are enjoying it as much as we are. So for Diamond Dave, Apples and Oak is over there. There's Mason Quinn. I'm, of course, Answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.